What's up, guys? I want to introduce you to an awesome hitch made by a company called Gen Y. Some people call them Genie, but it's actually pronounced Gen-Y. This is their boss hitch. It's the 10,000 pound. So this particular one is a 2-inch shank, which means the receiver size is 2-inch. It's 10K capacity, and it's a 5-inch drop. So, and basically the tongue weight on this one, I'll show you guys here, is basically 1,100 pounds. If you've never towed with one of these, you ought to buy one. It's the best hitch I've ever used. I recently purchased this hitch, and I've known about these hitches for roughly about 7 years. Buddy of mine has one. They're not the cheapest hitch, but they're not the cheapest hitch. So I've been chomping at the bit to get one and finally pulled the trigger on this guy, and it's the best hitch I've ever had. It's amazing. Basically, the hitch has a polyurethane bushing here as well as in the bottom, and they are greasable. This particular hitch has a 5-inch drop. So depending on the height of your truck, and they have basically a mathematical equation, a formula to figure out the drop height. This particular one, like I said, is 5-inch. My truck, so basically you measure about halfway in the receiver to the ground and subtract 14 inches, and that'll give you your drop size. So 5-inch drop, my truck was 19 inches halfway from the receiver to the ground. So the beauty of this hitch is it basically has suspension in it, and it tows super amazing. I've owned several hitches, and just like most of you guys, you know, if you have basically the standard Kurt hitch, or even B&Ws, I think is a great brand, and I have a B&W as well, and I've towed with that for a long time. But you know, after getting this hitch, I don't know that I could ever go back. I've towed 3 separate trailers. One would be my car trailer, which is an aluminum car trailer, which is super light, and it tends to bounce a lot. I will say the fact, now that I've towed with this hitch, and actually just got done towing with it tonight, it's a game changer. Basically, it separates the load. So it's kind of, most of the time you kind of feel the trailer when it hits bumps and, you know, this, that, and the other thing. Whereas with the suspension, you don't really feel it. So it's amazing. I honestly could say I would never want to go back to towing with any other hitch. So I've towed 3 different trailers. I also towed a set of jet skis, and you can't even tell they're back there, and it really makes your ride super smooth. The other thing I towed was a pretty good size enclosed, and it was loaded, and that was an amazing experience. So if you guys don't have one, go out and get you one. So they're amazing. I will say that the other big thing is, so this particular one has a dual ball mount. So it's a 2 5/16 on top, 2-inch on the bottom. And I do have the pintle mount, which I just don't have it installed at this time, but that can go, say, right here. You can put your hook here for the pintle, and then that'll secure it. And then the other cool thing that I bought right here is a lock by, I think I'm not sure who manufactures it. Well, I guess it's called Infinite Rule, but I'm not sure if Gen Y manufactures it or has somebody else do it, but they call it Infinite Rule. And the cool thing is you can get them key to like, so you can buy, say, 1, 2, 3, or obviously more, you know, but they usually sell them 1, 2, or 3, and you can key them all like. The biggest thing that I really like about this hitch, and I did some measurements, is when you put a standard hitch in, and the ball sits about right here, we'll say. So, and when I measured it, it's, if you just put like a standard, say, Kurt, you know, hitch with a normal ball, the ball sit roughly right about here, which is 6 inches. So this actually extends it out another 6 inches. So from basically here to here, it's 12 inches, which is good and bad. But I think really I haven't found any bad as far as you know, towing with it. But the one thing I can say is that it pushes the trailer out a little further, which maybe in some spaces might not be the best thing. But honestly, the biggest thing that I really like about it is the fact that you could dang near jackknife your trailer. So it gives you another 6 inches, which kind of gives you almost like a fulcrum point of when you turn your trailer. If you can imagine, you know, coming back here, you could pretty much take a tight corner, and say if you were backing up in some spaces, I mean, you could really have some flexibility with this hitch as far as being able to cock the trailer almost into the bumper. So they are super amazing. I wish I would have got one a lot sooner. Like I said, they're a little bit on the higher side, anywhere from probably $600 to $800 or up. I'd say your average Gen Y Boss hitch is $600 to $800. They do have a lot of other types of hitches. They have a phantom toe, which is probably similar to the B&W, but I'm super impressed with this product. Their customer service is amazing. People are super friendly. And I just like to let people know, I mean, I'll be honest with you, almost everywhere I go, somebody sees it, they're like, wow, that thing's amazing. I've gone to the lake and, you know, just been in gas stations. And if you're on the fence about getting one, just buy one. Like I said, I would have, you know, bought one a long time ago. I would recommend, if you do buy one, just, you know, going through a little bit of the learning curve that I have. I made a couple modifications. Being as that this hitch pushes it out 6 inches, I added these guys, which was a recommendation from the trailer shop. That way, you know, my chain's still hooked to it. I guess you could lengthen your chains on your trailer, but, you know, you might be towing different things. So that's a big recommendation. The other couple recommendations I have is I would definitely get the Infinite Rule 3 set, and I would order it with the dual ball mount as well as the pintle hitch, and then I would get 3 Infinite Rule lock set, basically all keyed alike. So I'd put one here, and then one here if you run a pintle. That way nobody's going to run off with your pintle. They are expensive hitches and you don't want them to go anywhere. The other thing that I added, which is actually made by Trimax, just because I was at the dealer, is this piece right here. And the beauty of that piece is it solidifies your hitch. So you put the hitch in, you lock it, and then you bolt this piece down, and it, you know, the hitch doesn't rattle. So I'm not sure how many of you guys know about this hitch, but if you don't know about it and you're into towing stuff, I would 100% recommend it. One of the biggest things I thought is, you know, a lot of you guys have, you know, $50,000, $80,000, $100,000 boats or enclosed trailers, or even higher, $200,000-$300,000 boats. And, you know, I see a lot of guys at the lake and they just tow with a standard hitch. And to me, you know, you're going to invest that kind of money in, you know, a premium boat, you might as well have a premium hitch to tow it with, or, you know, I mean, it's just my opinion. I like kind of the higher end stuff, whether it be, you know, wheels and tires, suspension, trailers, you know, locks. I got a lock that for my aluminum trailer is pretty awesome, made by Proven Industries. But, you know, the older I get, I'm really attracted to more of the premium stuff, and this hitch is definitely premium. It's top notch. So I'm super glad I bought it, and I just wanted to kind of make a video for you guys. And, you know, if you don't know about it, well, you do now. I think they're in Indiana. So, you know, if you have a super nice truck, I feel like it deserves a nice hitch, and it'll kind of increase your towing experience and just make things a lot easier. And, you know, like I said, the older I get, the more I appreciate all the finer things in life. So this is definitely one of them. I can't believe almost everybody doesn't tow with these. They should be selling them at boat dealers and, you know, etc. So anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and subscribe if you like, and we'll check you later. Thanks.